Hello, my name is Aisha Yusufu, and this is Love and Money Talk. Welcome to this edition. In the last video, we talked about financial independence and what it means. And of course, we said that financial independence is when our passive income can take care of our expenses. So I'll leave the link below so that you can go watch that video. And even if you've watched it before, just to revive yourself or possibly just to hear my voice. Anyway, this is not going to be edited. You will just see the way it is. So basically, in talking about financial independence, there are certain things that we need to understand, and we need to, not only understand them, but also look at them in everything that we do. And first of all, the first thing that we're going to look at is to look at assets and liabilities. Most times people do confuse assets and liabilities. You see people carrying on liabilities and they're thinking that they are assets. Let's first, there's a simple definition that I found somewhere. I can't even remember where I saw that definition, but since I read about it, it has sort of like, it became stuck in my mind. And it just simply means that assets, we put money in your pocket. Liabilities, we take money away from your pocket. So whatever it is that you have, the question you should be asking yourself is it putting money in my pocket, or is it taking away money from my pocket? So if you're able to answer that very simple question, then you know whether you have assets or liabilities. Let me give you an example. For example, people buy cars and then they think that they are assets. Not really. Let's say, for example, you just go ahead, you buy a car. The first thing is that it depreciates. Even if you just bought a car and you drive out of the car dealer's shop, you're driving out, it's already depreciating, because if you try to resell it again, you definitely are sure you're not going to get the same price that you bought it. And the moment you do your plate number, license plate, the licensing and all of that, the value also goes down, and so on and on and on. It keeps going. There are certain times where, of course, you might sell the car, especially in a country like ours where inflation is so real all the time. You find out that there's so much inflation, prices are changing, the value of naira is just falling anyhow. You might actually sell it higher than the amount that you bought it, but in terms of value of that money, you find out that it's definitely lower, because that same amount of money, if you try to look at it and say, okay, what was the value, what could you have spent that money on at the time that you bought the car, and now that you're selling, you find out that the value, even though the number of the money has sort of like increased, but the value of it it sort of like has decreased. So that's the way you calculate it. So you find out that people that have sort of like buy all sorts of things, they buy, you're buying those bags, you're buying this and that, and you're thinking that you're piling up assets, you're actually piling up liabilities, because most times you're spending, apart from depreciating, you're also spending money on these assets. So just simply ask yourself, is it putting money in your pocket, or is it taking money away? The house you're living in, it's not necessarily an asset in that way, because of course you have to pay rent, you have to spend money on it, taking care of the house. It's taking money away from your pocket. But then if you have the house for rent or something like that, if you have built up houses where people are renting and then they're bringing in money, that's actually an asset. So you always have to ask yourself, is it assets or is it liability, and you work your way into that. Then the next question, of course, it's income. Is income wealth or not? Many people do assume that income is actually wealth. Income is not wealth. You must understand that. So it doesn't matter how much you are earning. You can be earning 20 million naira per annum. It doesn't make you wealthy. It doesn't make you rich or anything. You understand? So the thing is that the first question we are going to ask ourselves is really, what is wealth? Wealth is how long you can stay without working or doing anything and be able to take care of your expenses. So you see, what wealth is not something, how much you have in your account or how much assets you have. No, it's how long. It's about timing. So you can be one day wealthy. For example, you have people who are always living from hand to mouth. They're just one day wealthy. If they don't work for any day, they won't be able to meet their expenses. You have people who are 1 month wealthy. Whatever they have, either their savings or passive income that is coming, it can take care of them for for a month. After a month, they have nothing. You have people who are like six months wealthy, 1 year wealthy, 10 years wealthy, and then you have people who are financially independent. These are people whose passive income can take care of their expenses. So whether they work or they do not work, they can take care of their needs. So they don't have to work for them to be able to take care of their needs. And for example, if you ask somebody, if I ask you, for example, now, somebody that has 20 million in their account or somebody that has 200,000 in their account, who is wealthy? The natural answer, of course, now is the person with 20 million. How can you even compare? But that's not the thing. You need to first of all ask, what is the expenses of the person, or of both of them? So the expenses matter, and do they have passive income? If that's the only thing that they have, then if it now depends, how much are they spending, how much, what their expenses are. So that's how long it's going to take them to use that money to be able to pay for the expenses. So it depends on timing. And so you find out that people, they just assume that because they are earning XY amount of money, that makes them wealthy or not, and they don't even do anything. These monies are coming in, they are going, they don't take care of them, they don't try to invest, they don't try to save, they don't try to invest for them to be able to get passive income that will be able to take care of their needs. The moment they are just getting this money, they are just spending it. And let me just give you example of what Jim Rohn said. Oh my goodness, Jim Rohn. You will always be hearing Jim Rohn quotes in this my talk and everything, because I love that man, and I've learned a lot just reading about him, reading of his lectures, his experiences, his teachings. In short, I'm one Jim Rohn student, and also Robert Kiyosaki. Oh my goodness, I've so many people I'm grateful for that I have learned from. Jim Rohn said something. He said, for you to be financially independent, so I call this thing ICEPIF. So I call ICEPIF. He said, for you to be financially independent, you have to turn your income into capital. Turn your capital into enterprise, right? Turn that, that's ICEPIF. Why am I missing something? Then you turn the enterprise into profit. And then you turn that profit into investment. And then the investment, you now have financial independence. That investment will bring you something. So ICEPIF. Now I haven't read that in a while, so it's becoming a bit that's the thing I love about teaching. When you're saying something, when you're teaching, you're actually learning yourself, you're actually teaching yourself and reminding yourself. So I use acronyms a lot. So that ICEPIF helped me. So first of all, you have your income, which is, for example, if that business, you've gotten salary, your profit, or you're working, you got your salary. What you do is that you now carry that income, you turn it into capital. So you probably are going to use that income and start a business or put it somewhere where it will be earning money. That capital, it becomes capital, right? That you now put in a business. That's the enterprise. You put it in a business, something where that enterprise, that's the ICE, will bring profit. Either business or side business, like side hustles, like we normally say in Nigeria, parlance, side hustles. That side hustle, that enterprise will now bring in profit. The profit you are now getting, what you now do with it is that you invest it. That investment, the yield from that investment will now give you that financial independence, because you now begin to have things where you're getting in money from here and there without you having to do anything. The biggest problem we have is that a lot of people, what they do is that the moment they get money, they spend it. Yeah. So they are not putting their money to work for them. You know, in The Richest Man in Babylon, the author said that monies are like your slaves, and they're supposed to be working for you. And if you're not allowing your money work for you, then you're the one working for your money. You just earn it, you just take it, you earn it, and then you just go. Along the line, somehow, I'm going to be introducing, like, book review. We just pick some book and review them and do a whole lot of that. So there are so many things that we need to know in terms of in attaining financial independence. I'll break these videos into parts. I don't want it to be too long. I don't want any of these videos to be more than 10 minutes because even 10 minutes is stretching it. But so these are some of the things that we need to understand. And a lot of people just imagine that, oh, for you to be able to make money, for you to be financially independent, and what you need to do is that you just have to hit it big, you have to get big contract. It's all a lie. That's not the way it is. Only few people, most times even when people get it big, they end up losing it. What you say is that your little kobo, one kobo, because that's your one kobo. What do you do with it? You keep investing it, you keep saving it, you're investing it, you're doing one thing or the other, and that's how you say it. So see you next time. It's 10 minutes and I'm going to end it here. Thank you. Watch out for the next video. Bye.